Let us talk about Plankton's record. 25 years, hundreds of episodes, schemes involving robots, mind control, holograms, disguises, time machines, elaborate traps, and at least one attempt to steal SpongeBob's brain. And across all of it, every plan, every backup plan, every plan Z, Plankton has never once successfully stolen the Krabby Patty formula and kept it. Not once. His restaurant has never recovered. His world domination has never stuck. He is the most comprehensively unsuccessful villain in animation history, and the show treats him as the primary threat to Bikini Bottom. That is the first problem. Plankton is not a threat. He is a recurring inconvenience in a very small body. The show gives him the title of villain, the lair, the robotic wife, the evil monologues delivered with full dramatic commitment, and in return, Plankton gives the show 25 years of failure so thorough, it has become a running joke. He is the villain in the same way that a car alarm going off at 3 in the morning is a threat to national security. There is noise, there is disruption, and then it stops, and nothing has changed. But here is the question the show has never asked directly. If Plankton is not the real villain, if his schemes never land, his plans never hold, his greatest victory gets reversed by the end of one movie, then what is? Who in SpongeBob's life has actually caused him lasting harm? Who has genuinely used SpongeBob's trust against him, stripped him of things he valued, left him worse off than they found him, and done it from a position that SpongeBob could not and would not defend against? His best friend, the one on the other side of the pineapple. Let us run the comparison. Honestly, Plankton's most dramatic moment of success is the 2004 movie. He frames Mr. Krabs, steals the formula, takes over Bikini Bottom, mind controls the entire population. For the span of one film, he wins. And then SpongeBob and Patrick retrieve the crown. The freeze ray gets reversed, Plankton gets arrested, and everything is restored. The damage is total, and the reversal is total. By the time the credits roll, Bikini Bottom is exactly as it was before. Plankton's greatest achievement left no permanent mark. Now go to Season 7. Stuck in the ringer, Patrick finds SpongeBob stuck in his laundry wringer and, trying to help, reaches for his forever glue, permanent adhesive, and uses it to seal SpongeBob inside, permanently. SpongeBob cannot move his arms properly. He cannot do his job. He cannot eat without help. He cannot function as a person. His life, for the entire span of that episode, is dismantled by a single act of Patrick not thinking. Plankton built a machine to steal SpongeBob's brain and put it in a robot. Patrick destroyed SpongeBob's life with one squeeze of a bottle, from inside the friendship, without even recognizing it as harm. And that distinction, inside the friendship, is the entire argument. A villain who attacks from outside is a villain you can see. Plankton announces his presence. He builds robots. He gives speeches. He has a recognizable grammar of threat, and that grammar tells you what it is and where it is coming from. You can prepare. You can resist. You can call the attack by its name. SpongeBob has never had to guess whether Plankton was trying to hurt him, because Plankton has always made it clear. Patrick never announces anything. He does not position himself as a threat. He positions himself as the most trusted person in SpongeBob's life. And from that position, from inside, from the place where defenses do not exist, he causes damage that Plankton's most sophisticated robots have never managed to produce. Season 2, I Am with Stupid. SpongeBob agrees to pretend to be stupid, so Patrick's parents will think Patrick is smart by comparison. He surrenders his dignity, his intelligence, his own image of himself, in service of Patrick's comfort. And Patrick lets it happen. More than that, Patrick begins to believe it. He looks at his best friend, the person who showed up for him, and starts treating him as genuinely inferior. When SpongeBob tries to correct this, Patrick doubles down, because in that moment, parental approval outweighs the truth. Patrick takes SpongeBob's trust and uses it to construct a version of SpongeBob that is less than him. And he does it without guilt, without noticing, and without consequence. Plankton has tried to reduce SpongeBob for 25 years. He has never succeeded the way Patrick did in that one episode. Season 3, New Student Starfish. Patrick arrives at boating school. Every time Patrick does something wrong, SpongeBob absorbs the consequence. Star after star gets stripped from SpongeBob's good noodle chart. A record that SpongeBob has spent years building. A record that represents his whole identity as a student and a responsible citizen of Bikini Bottom. Gone, piece by piece, because Patrick does not know when to stop and does not care to find out. Plankton's schemes have targeted SpongeBob's workplace. Patrick reached further. He targeted SpongeBob's sense of himself. Season 5. Sing a Song of Patrick. Patrick takes SpongeBob's money, the comic book money SpongeBob was about to spend, and puts it toward his own vanity project without asking. The song Patrick submits kills the band that records it. When it airs on the radio, SpongeBob's house is destroyed. Patrick's musical ambition, funded with SpongeBob's money, causes SpongeBob to lose his home. Plankton has detonated explosives outside the Krusty Krab. SpongeBob's pineapple was destroyed because Patrick wanted radio time. And then there is the line, the one that changes everything, the one that has never fully been reckoned with. Season 6. The Card. Patrick is methodically destroying SpongeBob's rarest and most treasured possession, a holographic animated talking card, one of only 5 in existence. He uses it as a toothpick, as a fry spatula. He nearly loses it off a cliff. SpongeBob is losing his mind watching something irreplaceable treated like trash, and Patrick turns to him and says, "You cannot always expect my usual brand of stupidity. I like to mix it up, keep you on your toes." Plankton has delivered more dramatic villain monologues than can be counted. He has announced his plans with stage lighting and full theatrical commitment. He has explained his evil in speeches that take up half an episode, and none of it, none of the robots, none of the mind control, none of the Plan Z, has ever landed with the quiet devastation of that line. Because Plankton's speeches are performed at SpongeBob, Patrick's was said to him by someone he trusted, while destroying something he loved. That is not the grammar of a cartoon villain. That is something older and harder to name. So what actually defines a villain? Not the lair, not the backstory, not the stated intention to cause harm. A villain is defined by the damage they cause. Specifically, damage to the thing that makes the hero who they are. Plankton has tried, for 25 years, to damage SpongeBob's workplace and his city. He has failed at both. He has never once made SpongeBob doubt himself as a person, doubt his own worth, doubt whether the most important relationship in his life was safe. Because Plankton's attacks come from outside, and SpongeBob knows how to handle what comes from outside. Patrick attacks from inside, not deliberately, not with a plan, not with any awareness of what he is doing, but consistently, in episode after episode, the person who causes SpongeBob the most genuine erosion of his confidence, his property, his financial stability, his sense of safety within the friendship, is not the microscopic organism with the failing restaurant. It is the pink starfish next door. And this is where things take a dark turn, because here is the detail that makes Patrick more effective than Plankton could ever be. When Plankton fails, the episode ends and the world resets. Nobody carries it forward. Plankton goes back to the chum bucket, and SpongeBob goes back to the Krusty Krab, and the score returns to 0. But SpongeBob never stops trusting Patrick. He forgives after the ringer. He forgives after the humiliation in front of Patrick's parents. He forgives after the money and the house and the card. He keeps showing up. He keeps being the same open, completely undefended friend, which means the access never closes. The wound is always available to be reopened. No plan needed, no scheme required, just proximity, just the friendship, continuing. Plankton has tried to breach SpongeBob's defenses for 25 years and failed. Patrick has never had to breach them. He was already inside. He was there on the first day. And SpongeBob has never once asked him to leave. That is not the record of a bumbling sidekick. That is the most effective villain in the show. The one SpongeBob will never recognize as such. The one who does not need to be.